Hello, the top of Churchy, Bolsey, Primark end. This very busy, noisy, windy, but splendid day all the same. Thursday afternoon. I've decided that I'm going to stay this end of Churchy's where I'll do my videos from. Whatever in the background, whatever distraction, enjoy or whatever, it's irrelevant. The message is all that counts. You see, our city, like I keep saying, is undergoing a cultural transformation that I'm not opposed and stopped long term. This poses a threat to our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. There's two videos at the end. That's the end result of cultural change. What we're seeing now is cultural change unfolding here in our glorious city, long-standing proud Scouse communities and our cherished city centre. What we see now is cultural change unfolding, right? It's in the making, let's say. The two videos at the end you've watched before, that's the end result of cultural change. Where the host community, their culture has been replaced. There has been cultural replacement, let's call it. We now see cultural replacement underway here in our glorious city, our cherished city centre. I've also left a small short video of what one I've made in my Liverpool home. Well, we won't have a Liverpool home in the true sense of the word if cultural change is not halted. We will lose, like I've said, long term, and I'm not talking that long either, 5 to 10 years time. Our city, our cherished city centre would have been dramatically changed. We see the change underway now. There is cultural replacement underway, right? That's what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. There's a cultural replacement underway. Two videos at the end. They exemplify the end result of cultural replacement. We must oppose this, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because long term, 5 or 10 years, even 15, it's not that long in the big scheme of things. We have watched what's happened to other major towns and cities. We have watched with disastrous consequences. So it's not like what I'm saying hasn't already happened elsewhere where we can learn from. It has. Right, the two videos at the end are proof what has happened to other major towns and cities, right? And like I say, once the new arrivals are in the driving seat, there is no rewind. There is no cultural rewind where there's, oh, sorry about that. Come on, you Scousers, you can come back to Kensington, Fairfield, County Road, Breck Road, West Derby Road, Lawrence Road, Smithdown Road and wherever, right? That's not happening, right? There is no cultural rewind, ladies and gentlemen. There is just cultural replacement. There is only one Scouse fam. There is only one Liverpool. It can't be replaced. We can't have stand-ins. We are the Scouse fam. Small amounts of new arrivals, regardless what culture they adhere to, wouldn't have been a problem, right? But that's not what's happened. Too many have came here and it is a problem. We are now seeing cultural replacement. We are seeing it in Kensington and Fairfield, Breck Road, County Road, West Derby Road and many other long-standing proud Scouse communities. We are witnessing as I speak cultural replacement. Cultural replacements has more or less been final or complete maybe the better word, in London. All the boroughs in London have underwent cultural replacement. Large parts of Birmingham, probably most parts of Birmingham, Bradford, Oldham, Burnley, Bolton, Halifax, Keighley, Rotherham, they are undergoing now as I speak profound cultural replacement. That's why I'm down here, ladies and gentlemen, because I know the end result. And given we are blessed having in our possession, metaphorically speaking, a crystal ball warning us what is on the way, we would be mad, literally mad, as a great man once said, to ignore this warning. The writing is on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. No one can deny what is happening. No one can say what has happened to other once unique proud community hasn't happened. It has happened. The two videos are testament to this at the end. The other two politicians at the end, Ian Byrne, Refugees Welcome MP for West Derby, Dan Carden, MP for Walton, Diversity or Strength. They need voting out, ladies and gentlemen, in any forthcoming election, general election probably. They need voting out, they need removing. They will bury this city under a cloud of cultural change, right? Cultural mist, maybe the best description. I've said that right? They will bury this city, right? They don't care. All they care about is career. If they cared, they'd be speaking out as to what is happening to our glorious city and our cherished city centre. Like I've said before, and I'll say again, the Scouse legacy belongs to our children, grandchildren, and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. It doesn't belong to no one else. But if cultural replacement is not opposed and stopped, then say goodbye to the Scouse legacy. It will never be passed on to the rightful owners, our children, grandchildren, and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. Like I've said before, a few new arrivals, regardless what culture they adhere to, wouldn't have been a problem. But that's not what's happened. Too many have been dispersed here in our glorious city, our cherished city centre, changing long-standing proud Scouse communities into different places. Now, no one can deny what Joe Owens is saying. It's the awful truth. Everyone knows it is. No one can deny what is happening to our cherished city centre. It's becoming more and more unfamiliar and unfriendly. New arrivals, Kensington, Fairfield, wherever they are, they won't have their feet up thanking us Scousers for the opportunity privileges we've given them here in our glorious city, and we're going to repay these Scousers. We're going to instill in our children and grandchildren, don't forget these Scousers, what they've given us. Do you really believe that? Does anyone really believe that? The two videos at the end, do you think they're praising their former hosts and thanking them, instilling in their children and grandchildren what those Yorkshire people and Cockney people did for us? Don't ever forget these. Do you really believe that? Like here, the chance, opportunity, privilege, everything we've given them here in our glorious cities. You think they're sitting there in Kensington and Fairfield, their feet up? We've got to thank these Scousers. They're saying to their children and grandchildren, if there's any Scousers left in your school, give them a big thanks from us, what they've given us, right? It's not happening, like I've said. It's not me being horrible here, it's the awful truth, I'm afraid. Right, they're laughing at us, that's what they're doing. They're laughing at us. But it's the likes of Ian Byrne, Dan Cobb, they're responsible for this. They're aiding and abetting it, turning a blind eye. They're allowing the cultural replacement of the Scouse culture, of our Scouse culture, right? The Scouse fan will be replaced, right? There is no ifs or buts, right? That's how it works. That's how it has worked in other major towns and cities. You've watched what's happened. You don't need Joe Owens to tell you, right? The new arrivals are not sitting there in Kensington, the Fairfield, Breck Road, County Road, defeat, or watching the telly, thanking us Scousers for the opportunity and future we've given them. That's their better words. The opportunity and future we have given them here in our city. If anyone believes that, you're not naive, you're daft. You must be. You'd have to be daft to believe that, right? But I don't believe the good people of Liverpool do believe it. They know what is happening. They know exactly what is happening. There is a cultural replacement underway, and we must oppose it, and we must stop it, ladies and gentlemen. Or we won't have our Liverpool home anymore. It'll be gone. Right. Remember, say no to cultural change. Yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.
What do you think about the narrative at the moment to people crossing the channel? How do you think that we should be tackling the small boats crisis?
I'm just quite simple. Refugees welcome.